Thank you for joining me today for this Vinyasa Flow. Before getting started, grab any props that you might need and maybe some water and just place them at the top of your mat. And then whenever you're ready, you can find me in a comfortable seat and gently begin to close the eyes. We'll take a few grounding breaths. Whenever you're ready, inhale through the nose and exhale out of the nose. Inhale and exhale. One more just like that. Inhale and exhale. Slowly bring the hands to heart center and take this time to set an intention for today's practice. Whenever you're ready, you can gently begin to blink the eyes open. And bring your arms into a cactus, shoulder blades squeezing together, spine nice and long. As you inhale, send the arms overhead. Exhale, bring them back down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Keep those arms in cactus. And this time we'll take some cat-cow. So as we curl the spine in, we'll inhale. Chin towards the chest. Exhale. Bring it back out. Open up the heart. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Two more just like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, send both arms overhead. Exhale, slowly begin to fold forward. Keeping those sit bones nice and grounded into the earth. Then from here, slowly walk the hands over to the right. Maybe stack the left hand on top of the right for a nice side body stretch. And slowly walk the hands over to the left. Maybe stacking the right hand on top of the left. And then slowly walking the hands back to neutral and then finding your way into a tabletop on your hands and knees. And once you arrive here, we can take a few hip circles starting in one direction, bringing the hips towards the heels and back up, making each movement with the breath. And then switching directions. And then finding your way back into a neutral tabletop. Once you get here, curl the toes under, lift the knees, find your floating table. Nice long spine here, engaging the core. And then as we inhale, we're gonna knock the knees over to the left, to bring the left arm up. And exhale, bring the left hand down, bring the knees towards the right, right arm comes up. Exhale. Inhale. And just follow the pace of your own breath. Swing side to side in your floating table. And the next time you bring the right arm up and place it back down onto the earth, send the hips up and back and find your way into a downward facing dog. Once you get here, maybe just pedal out the feet a bit. And then finding stillness in your down dog, we'll take some twists here, bringing the right hand to the outside of the left ankle. And on your next exhale, slowly bringing it back. And then taking the left hand to the outside of the right ankle. And on your next exhale, bringing it back. Now we'll just slightly bend the knees and we'll knock the knees over towards the right. You should feel a stretch in the lat. And then keeping them bent, just shift them over to the left, stretching out the left lat. And then slowly find your way back into your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Slowly walk to the top of the mat, finding your forward fold, maybe grabbing opposite elbows for a ragdoll and just sway side to side. Then you can release both elbows. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll yourself all the way up to stand. Head is the last thing to come up. And once you arrive here, we'll take one sun salutation and bring your hands to heart center. As you inhale, send the prayer overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place both hands down, step it back into your plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Bend both knees, slowly hop or walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up for mountain. Prayer comes overhead. Exhale, prayer comes to heart center. Beautiful. And from here, we're gonna send the left leg behind us. We'll come into a high lunge. So the heels are coming over the toes, deep bend into the front knee, arms come overhead. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Gaze is directly in front of you. And then we're gonna slowly make our way into a warrior three. So maybe bring those hands to heart center. And then as if you're stepping up a step, send that back leg up into the air. Have it float. You can keep the hands at heart center, or as you exhale, you can bring them out to an airplane. Inhale, maybe bring them back. Exhale, bring them overhead. Inhale, back. Exhale, airplane. Inhale. And exhale. One more just like that. Inhale. Exhale, airplane. Inhale. Exhale, overhead. Beautiful. This time, place the hands down onto the earth. Find your standing split. So maybe that back leg comes a little higher. Grounding your hands down onto the earth. And then slowly place the left leg down to meet the right, finding that forward fold. Take a moment here, let the body be heavy. Maybe add a little bend into the knees. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll yourself back up to stand. Hands come to heart center, sending the right leg back this time for that high lunge. Deep bend into the front knee, heel comes over the toes, arms come overhead, shoulders are down away from the ears. Slowly bring the hands back to heart center, finding our warrior three. Bring all the way to the left leg. Maybe you keep the hands at heart center. Or maybe you do the same thing as we did on the other side. As you exhale, bring the arms out. Inhale, bring them back in. Exhale, overhead. Inhale, bring them back in. Exhale, back to airplane. Inhale, back in. Exhale, overhead. Inhale, bring it back in. Exhale, one more time, airplane. Bring it back in. Exhale, overhead. And slowly ground the hands down onto the earth. Find that standing split. Maybe that back leg reaches a little higher. And then slowly placing the right foot next down to the left. Hanging out in that forward fold. Keeping the hands nice and grounded, just slowly walk it back into your downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. An option to flow through your vinyasa. Shifting the weight forward to plank. Lowering down chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, as we inhale, we're gonna send the right leg up. Exhale, step it through in between both hands. Find your way into a warrior two. Back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Arms are reaching in opposite directions. Deep breath into that front knee. And gaze is directly in front of you. From here, we'll slowly straighten out that front knee. Flip the front palm, send it behind us for a reverse triangle. On your next inhale, slowly come back up. Shift the torso forward and then slowly lower into a triangle. You can use your blocks here if you need. Shoulders are stacked one over the other. And slowly make your way back up. This time we'll rotate the body and we'll come into a revolved triangle. And then we'll slowly release the twist, make our way back up. Add the bend back into the front knee. Cartwheel the hands to frame the front foot. Step it back into your downward facing dog. Beautiful. This time as you inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, step it through for that warrior two. Slowly begin to straighten out the front leg, flip the front palm, send it behind you, reverse triangle. Next inhale, slowly rise. Shift the torso forward, lower down into your triangle, using your props if you need. And slowly make your way back up. This time we'll rotate the torso, finding our revolved triangle. And slowly untwist, bring yourself back up, add the bend back into the front knee, cartwheel the hands to frame the front foot, step it back, downward facing dog. Option to flow through your vinyasa or skip. From your downward facing dog, you can bend both knees, slowly walk or hop to the front of the mat. Find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then heel toe the feet together to touch. Add a bend into the knees, and this time as we inhale, we're gonna come up for chair. Making sure you have a nice long spine here. Engaging the core. Shoulders are down, away from the ears. And exhale, fold. Beautiful job. From here, we'll heel toe the feet, mat width distance. Heels are coming in at an angle, lower down for a Malasana squat. Hands can come to heart center. Nice long spine. And then slowly find your way to sit. And we'll come into a boat. So grounding those sit bones, palms facing up, floating. And then bringing up the legs. Shins can be parallel to the mat, or you can extend the legs out to straight, completely up to you. And then from here, we'll slowly bring the knees in and they'll come out wide. We'll wrap the arms underneath the knees. Heels stay touching, finding our flowering lotus. Nice long spine, balancing here. And bringing the soles of the feet together to touch. Hands come to the ankles. Slowly find your butterfly and then fold over. And just taking a few breaths here. And then slowly roll yourself back up. Place the hands behind you, extend the legs out to straight. Maybe give them a little wiggle. Maybe roll out the ankles in one direction and then the other. And then grounding through your sit bones as you inhale, both arms come overhead. Exhale, fold, allowing the hands to rest wherever they land. And slowly roll yourself up to stand again. And then find your way laying down, all the way onto the back. And once you arrive here, you can keep the knees bent, feet can stay grounded into the earth, and maybe you just windshield wiper back and forth. And then finding stillness as you inhale, come up for a bridge. Squeezing the glutes, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, or the bottom of the feet, sorry. Staying connected to that breath. One more big breath in. And exhale, lower back down. Beautiful. Hug in both knees. Sway gently side to side. Maybe find that happy baby, grabbing the soles of the feet, also swaying side to side. Maybe extending one leg and then the other. Then hugging in those knees again. This time we'll extend the left leg down long onto the mat and we'll come into a twist, bringing the right leg over. Arms can come into a T or a cactus. Gaze can be up at the sky or over at the opposite shoulder. And slowly finding our way back to neutral, extending the right leg long this time, bringing the left knee in and crossing it over for a twist. Same options for the gaze. And slowly releasing, giving yourself any final movements you might need before coming into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Whenever you're ready, you can extend the legs long, reach the arms overhead, give yourself a nice full body stretch. And then exhale, relax completely. Arms can be down by your sides, palms facing up or down, completely up to you. And just take a moment here to feel all the benefits of today's practice. You can stay here as long as you need. All love.